Well, hello, sexy monkeys. Welcome back to SkyGeneYouTube Experience. I'm Ben, and I hope you have your tissues for this episode, the final episode for number 10. Wow. Wow. I think I cried 3 times, and I'm not ashamed to fucking say it. This was wow. Oh, one of the best episodes. It is the best episode of the whole thing, hands down. It's absolutely beautiful. You see all these different characters get to where they want to go and how they do it. But the real main thing is you finally figure out what happens with Elsa, but really the huge part is you find out why the Dutton family in the Yellowstone never wants to leave their 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 place. If you don't want to know, this is a spoiler, so I'll give you a chance to walk away. This is a spoiler. Okay, so those people are gone. So where Elsa, she does die, and when she dies, I believe I've seen a few scenes in Yellowstone. This is where Kevin Costner and his grandson falls in the river, and he, warms them up. I think that's exactly the same spot Elsa is. I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know yet, but that's my hunch. But she picked her spot, and that makes sense why the Dunn family does not want to give up that land because Elsa is buried there, and so to speak, Elsa brains the family to where they are, and it was her sacrifice that led them there. Well, in the beginning of the episode, she goes to a fort, and they think they could save her, and they realize that the doctor can't do anything. He has no nurses. He's very much a doctor, and they can't go to the nearest fort because that's where they killed those people from the episode before. The people that appointed themselves as deputies that killed all the natives. So they're like, well, we can't do that, so we need to move north quick. And they take the Montana Bozeman Trail to Oregon. So that's where the whole convoy goes. They go there for the winter. But you don't see all that stuff because it jumps like a year ahead. So before it jumps a year ahead, Elsa she gets on the horse. Well, let's back up a little bit. They run into another Native American village, and you're wondering, good or bad. And if you remember the movie Dances with Wolves, the main Native American, Graham Greene, he is in this episode. And it's beautiful to see him again because he is a great actor. And the Native Americans are good, and they try to help Elsa. This is her last final chance of being healed, and they try the Native American way. They go in a nice cold stream for cold water to stop the bleeding, and then she goes into like a sweat, like a sauna, so to speak, and they find out that is not going to work. So finally Elsa realizes she is going to die, and James, tells her, yeah, you're going to die. And it's just heartbroken. They get to the point where if they really want to get where Elsa wants to be buried, they have to go on horseback and not wagon, which means Elsa has to say goodbye to her mom. So that was one scene where she's on the horse with her dad, and they're about to, take off just them to find a final resting spot. And she says goodbye to her mom. And shit, I'm about to cry right now. She says goodbye to her mom, and Elliott is just like, fuck. Just the way they do it. Fuck, I'm tearing up a little bit right now. So she gets to her spot where she gets buried, and then it moves a year forward, and you see Joseph, the German. He is by himself with an amputated leg from the snake bite episode before, and he finds his claim. So it shows him starting his claim, so to speak, and I hope we see some of this Joseph family in the Yellowstone somehow. I really do. And then it also shows Thomas making it to Oregon with Naomi and her 2 kids, and they was taking their claim. So now Thomas is going through the whole feeling of the unknown relationship. This is all new territory for him, but he absolutely loves this father figure. And then we also see Shay. He makes it to Oregon, where he wants to. That was his final destination, was to get to the coast. Because if he's looking at the ocean, he believes his wife that has passed away, he believes she can see through his eyes. So if he's watching the ocean, she's watching the ocean. They do that, and then it cuts away to Shay killing himself on the coast. It's just this episode. Wow. And the way she said goodbye to the cowboys, just rocked me, dude. You know, like when she was like, "I wonder where they are. I wonder what they did. I wonder if they made that. You know, they did what they wanted to do." And fucking just hits you home, dude. Mm, shit. Whew. As you can tell, it's fucking hard talking about this episode, let alone watching it. Fuck. So the convoy that left Fort Worth, Texas, I would say 90% of it did not make it. So it just shows you you can die so many ways and so many different ways. And yeah, a lot of people died on this. Why am I so fucking emotional right now? Jesus Christ. Um, yeah, at the very end of this episode, it ends on Elsa in heaven, back in the, doing what she wants with her husband, the Native American, back in the Great Plains. And if she's in heaven, he's in heaven. That means he must have passed away, you know, after that. But they're both in heaven, and it ends on her just happy, a young woman on a horse, just being a cowgirl. And wow, whew, beautiful episode. So I'm gonna move on after this, and I'm gonna do just a season review after I collect myself. God, I'm like a little bitch right now. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm gonna do a whole season review, and that should recap for 1883. I might do some fun things down the road, maybe like a top 10 moments or stuff like that. But it sucks. It's only one season, and that's it. That's it. I mean, I know we have 1932 coming out, which is in between 1883 and Yellowstone, so that's great. I'll take that, but I wish they did just another continuation of 1883. Because this whole Tim McGraw, Faith Hill characters they're great actors. They're fantastic, and I feel like there's a lot more we can do here. Um, we'll see though. Maybe Taylor Sheridan will change his mind. Until then, sexy monkeys, I will see you another time.